here's some placements that have a tendency of getting played or constantly go for the wrong people. First up, I've talked about this before, but Libra risings constantly attract people who just kind of see them for their superficiality and they don't really see them on a deeper level. So it's really hard for them to make those like deep connections with some people, because some people are just like, oh, look at this beautiful Libra rising, they're so ethereal and beautiful, that they don't get to know what's inside. And it's so frustrating for anyone who has a Libra rising. Up next is Taurus Venus. Taurus Venus people, you guys have so much love, so much affection to give out to the people around you. And also in relationships, like, you are so loving and also stable. Like, you really stabilize your partner. But the problem is that most of the time, you go for people who are not ready for that, like, commitment sometimes. And you end up really disappointed because all this person's, like, giving you attention and making you really excited. And then they're, like, getting scared because you are stable, you know? And it also doesn't help that y'all fall hard and kind of fast. And then there's Pisces Mercuries. No, I didn't say Pisces Moon, though y'all do have a tendency of getting like your hopes up for people, but it's something about having your Mercury in Pisces that first of all makes you someone who is really blocked off and doesn't really open up to a lot of people. So when you do actually open up to someone, you take that to heart. Like, you don't take that lightly, and not a lot of the people around you realize it, or people who you're like talking with. They might just think that it's like not a big deal, and then they walk away and you feel very, very betrayed. Y'all knew it was coming. Of course, I had to mention Scorpio Venuses. You guys fall hard, fast, kind of violently, and you have an extremely difficult time letting go of like people who leave you and feel like you are the problem a lot of the time. So that makes it something that you hold on to even more. But the thing with Venus and Scorpio is that you go for people because they excite you. Kind of similar to Venus and Taurus as well. You go for people who encourage you to express like the darker sides of your emotion and that Scorpio intensity. And then when they leave, you're left with all the intensity by yourself. And then lastly, Pluto in the 7th house. Having Pluto in the house of relationships and partnerships really makes you a person who might kind of have like a slight savior complex. You go for people who have gone through a lot or who you feel like you can really help, but at the same time, you're not going to help them if they don't want to be helped. So it ends up in a lot of disappointment and going for the wrong people.